Good afternoon. First introductions. Welcome. My name is Dave George from Leicestershire Fire Service, and I'm the Watch Manager for Community Safety with the reference of fire and water. So welcome to today's seminar. First of all, apologies for any technical issues that you've had trying to log on. So thank you for your patience and your time, and welcome again. I hope you watched the presentation through that's been made available online, and I see already we've had a few questions come in already on the side of my screen. So I think without further ado, we'll head through these questions, shall we? Okay, so question one then. What should I do if my car gets stuck in snow? Emergency supplies. What should I keep in my car? So the first thing really is don't panic. That's the first thing. Stay in your car. Have a mobile phone ready, phone 999, and they will ask all the relevant details that they need from you. Where are you? What's going on? So stay in your car, call 999. Make yourself visible. Put some headlights on, some hazard warning lights on, so we can any passing sort of traffic will see where you are. More importantly, you need to keep your heating on. Keep yourself warm because the conditions outside are cold. We don't want you getting cold. So keep your engine running and your heating on in the car, nice and gently. And stay in your car. Don't get out. Stay in your car, nice and safe, and keep your mobile phone on, so we can contact you, or any sort of recovery agencies can contact you for any further details. Okay. Question two then, we've had a second one. How do I find out if I live on a floodplain? Very simple. The Environment Agency has a dedicated page on its website that allows you to find out where you sort of put in where you live, and they will tell you if you live on a floodplain or not. So if you go on to Google the Environment Agency and find out if you're at risk of flooding on that page, and they will sort of highlight on there if you're at risk or not. Third question. We keep a supply of candles in case of power cuts. Is that still good advice? Well, no, not really. We don't advocate you sort of lighting any sort of candle. We prefer you to carry a torch. By having a naked flame, leaving a naked flame around the house, it's unprotected. There's a high risk of fire. So I would prefer you to carry some sort of torch or store a torch in the house somewhere. Battery or wind up is ideal. A last resort, candles are the way to go. Ideally some sort of wind up or battery torch. I burn wood and coals on open fire. What's the advice for these? So yeah, very topical at the moment. The heating's getting cold. People are turning the heating on and lighting their stoves and their open fires. So yeah, by all means light your fires. You burn the wood and coals on the open fire. Open fires, we want you to use your fire guards to protect any sort of sparks or embers that come that would like to sort of spit out of the fire onto sort of any flammable materials that are around the fire. More importantly, for both your log burners and your open fires, keep your flue or your chimney swept and in good condition. So get it swept by a professional once a year, and that will keep your flue and your chimney free from any embers, cobwebs, loose debris, any combustible material that's been built up over that season that will allow it'll settle and has a potential to catch fire with a great number of sort of combustibles in that chimney. Question 4. How do I get myself onto the Priority Services Register? Yeah, Priority Services Register is out there for anybody that's is vulnerable, that's got any medical conditions, that has a priority for many services to get them reconnected in emergency situations. So anybody that's got medical conditions or sort of temporary vulnerability, they can log on to contact their gas supplier or electricity supplier to register with them. Locally, I can give you Western Power's number, 0800 096 3080, 0800 096 3080, or you can visit their website at westernpower.co.uk/PSR. And they will, if anything happens with the gas and electricity, they will know who you are, where you are, and they will sort of prioritise you as a customer to get you reconnected as soon as possible. Okay, any more questions coming in? Right, while waiting for some more questions coming in, just to sort of remind you to put your smoke detectors up. Obviously on the back of the previous question about open fires or your wood burners, even if sort of lighting candles, keep them away from combustible materials, and smoke detectors, minimum of one per house on the top floor, the highest point of the house where the smoke will gather, or a minimum one on each level. And get them tested once a month, and give them a clean out when you're hoovering around the house. Get your attachment and give them a clean out, give them their weekly sort of service. Okay. Don't see any more coming in. Floodplain we've done. Stuck in snow, done that. Emergency supplies. What about sort of stuff to keep in your car when you're out and about with sort of in the sort of the weather? Planning for the worst. The main thing is to keep yourself informed via the local weather forecast. They will tell you what the forecast is for the next 24, 48 hours or the weekend. So if you are going to go on a special or out on a journey, make sure you're pre-planned for any resources that you need in your car. Most important is your phone. That's the key thing to keep in contact nowadays, and even a charger and a sort of cigarette lighter adapter to keep your phone charged at all times. If you are like to go out in the winter over the next few months, make sure that you've got some sort of water, fluids. It's important to keep yourself hydrated, and some sort of snack to keep your energy up as well. And think about sort of keeping warm. We've already said about keeping the heating on in your car. But take a blanket, jackets, umbrella if it starts to rain, and more importantly, a torch so you can be seen if needed. And it's really sort of forecast heavy snow. Avoid going out where possible. Work from home and avoid going out outside. But think about sort of warning. Take a warning triangle, put that up on the side of the road so you can warn additional traffic that's coming at your location. And if you do get stuck, a shovel. Have a shovel out the garden shed. You finish with it in the garden this year. Rather than put it in the shed, put it in the back of your car in case you need to dig out your car from where you're stuck. And finally, maybe a first aid kit. I think that should cover every eventuality that we've got that will be sort of thrown in your path. Okay. So there's no more questions.